We've already heard rumors about how powerful the iPhone 15 Pro could be thanks to the new 3nm-A17 Bionic chipset. Now, a new set of leaked benchmarks give us a better idea of just how powerful the iPhone 15 Pro really is. The listed scores are incredibly impressive, beating the iPhone 14 Pro by some distance, though the figures are quite different to the ones from a previous iPhone 15 Pro benchmarking leak. According to the leaker, the iPhone 15 Pro managed a 3269 single-core score with a 7666 on the multi-core testing. It also suggests that the chip will indeed have a maximum clock speed of 3.7 GHz and 6 processor cores. The score sheet looks like this is a Geekbench test, though leaker doesn't actually specify which benchmarking tool was used. I would suspect that it's Geekbench 6 based on how these scores compare to the previous benchmarking leak. That previous leak claimed the iPhone 15 Pro's Geekbench 5 results were a 2317 single-core score and a 6750 multi-core score. Meanwhile, Geekbench 6 testing resulted in a 3019 single-core score and a 7860 multi-core score. These latest figures suggest a slight increase in single-core performance, but also slight decline in multi-core performance. Apple hasn't publicly revealed any details about the A17 Bionic chipset, but rumors do give us some idea of where this extra performance came from. The chip is expected to be the first mobile chip to be built using a 3nm process, which is significantly smaller than the 4nm A16 Bionic and 5nm chips used in the best Android phones. That process node should enable greater efficiency in the chip, with manufacturer TSMC claiming that the 3nm process could boost efficiency by around 35%. That's significantly higher than the 10 to 25% we usually see from new generations of A-series chips. That greater efficiency also applies to power consumption, which should offer a boost to the iPhone 15 Pro's battery life, though it's unclear as to how much of an improvement we should expect. Meanwhile, the iPhone 14 Pro comes with 6 gigs of RAM, and early iPhone 15 Pro rumors claim that the phone would have more RAM than its predecessor, but a leaker recently said that the chances of that happening were slim. The leaker in question is now back with updated intel. Twitter tipster Ureditor implies that Apple tested iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max models with both 6 and 8 gigs of RAM. They aren't sure which RAM amount the company finally settled on and believe that it's possible that both variants will be available. The iPhone has been stuck with 6 gigs of RAM since the iPhone 12 Pro, but that has proven to be enough thanks to end-to-end vertical and horizontal optimization. The source isn't sure which RAM size was selected at the end, but the speculation here is that perhaps higher storage tiers of the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max might come with 8 gigs of RAM and potentially a slight bump in performance. This is purely speculation at this point, and Apple's track record suggests an identical RAM amount across at least the Pro range as a more likely approach. That being said, tying together memory and storage amounts has been standard practice in the Android realm for some time now, so it might not be entirely ludicrous to consider Apple is doing the same. Since this one is in the air, we want to hear your thoughts. Will there be different RAM variants on the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max, and these be tied to higher storage tiers? Let us know it down below in the comment section, and for more Apple updates, you can check out our channel. See you in the next one.